Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to call to order the Gladstone Community Center Advisory Board meeting on this Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 at 3:31 p.m. I will now read into the record that the City of Gladstone is abiding by guidelines outlined in House Bill 2560, which requires the governing body of the public body, to the extent reasonably possible, to make all meetings accessible remotely through technological means and provide opportunities for members of the general public to remotely submit oral and written testimony during meetings to extent in-person oral and written testimony is allowed. Therefore, this meeting will be open to the public both in person and virtually using the Zoom platform. Okay, Haley, would you please do roll call?
Joelle Acu, Sharon Howard,
Present.
Tony Bergeron, Mindy Prosky,
Present.
Evelyn Johannesson,
Present.
Josie Whitaker,
Present.
Roxanne McMullen.
Present.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll be doing our usual business from the community center staff, business from the board, and do we have business from the foundation today? We do not have business from the foundation today. All right. Could I please have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting, which was February 18th, 2025?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting notes.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Josie. Thank you, Sharon. And Haley, would you call the vote?
Sharon Howard,
Yes.
Mindy Prosky,
Yes.
Evelyn Johannesson,
Yes.
Josie Whitaker,
Yes.
Roxanne McMullen.
Yes.
Meeting minutes from February 18th, 2025 have passed. Okay, so we're on to business from the community center. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Hi guys, happy Tuesday. So I've got a little bit to cover since we didn't have a meeting last month. And so I had included not only February, but March, or not only March, but February's monthly report in your packets to look over. A few of the different things that we did in February. Well, we got snow. That was exciting. We ended up getting a large donation during the snow days from Trader Joe's. And so we were able to package up all that food and get volunteers that didn't mind driving around in the snow and donating during those few days that we were shut down for the snow, or the city was, to all our homebound seniors, fresh meat, dairy, milk, you name it, bread, because their normal pickup wasn't able to come. And so we were able to load them up. So we thought that was great. That was a big highlight. We didn't have any drivers call out. Yeah, we had a really good February. March, sorry, I'm just trying to recap of what we did. All the normal stuff, that we had music, we had the kids come over from across the street, we had the kindergarten class come over and sing love songs, we had live music, we started our first make and take craft. One of our volunteers, Kathy, she has been putting together, starting since March, 1 month or one a month make and take. And so she goes out and purchases everything herself. She comes up with the ideas themed around maybe a holiday. And she's just doing a beautiful job at it. In March, she did cute little St. Patty's Day hats. It was pretty well attended. She lets people kind of float in and out to make the crafts. And yeah, she's really enjoying it. We also had our beloved Easter eggs that the seniors came in and participants alike, and stuffed thousands of eggs for Haley to get ready for her annual Easter egg hunt that we do here in Gladstone. And yeah, I think we celebrated Women's History Month. We had a really great display for women's history, all the great things that women have done throughout the years. Update on the current events this month. We have it's Earth Month that we're celebrating. So we have quite a few lunch and learns. Reduce, reuse, recycle, restore America. We have one that is to reduce food waste, and that includes not only reducing your food waste through buying less, but also how to use, like, say, if you've got a large cut of meat, how you would use that for, say, the whole week or something. We also have one coming up that's earthquake preparedness. And we are getting ready at the end of the month to start our first gardening class. That's going to be a 4-week gardening class. And we're really excited about that. That filled up within the first week, really. We took a total of 13 participants. Almost all of them, except for an exception, I think, of 2, were people that I had never met or seen before. So it drew in different community members that don't normally come to the center. So we're already thinking of different ways to incorporate gardening into different activities or classes that we do at the center. What else? We've been doing this week, we have an egg hunt going on. So we've hidden eggs all over the center. And so whoever comes into the center, they can run around and find eggs. They win prizes, they win candy. Everybody participates, they love it. So that's going on. We have live music every month, but this month we have 3 different band members coming in, our bands, 2 of them that are normal. And then we have Oregon City has their own jam session that they do up there. And they started their own group, and they came in and asked if they could do a jam session during our lunch. So there's 13 of them, including a fiddle player. And so we will see if we will invite them back, but we're giving them the shot to come in and serenade us. We're getting ready for let's not skip ahead. Community class program proposal. I wanted to go over this with you guys. I wanted to remind everyone this is in the city council's packet for do programming and classes for their vision for the next 2 years of the community center. So I included just kind of a mock-up of what we kind of see the fall courses looking like. You can take out yoga. I did find out that Barry is going to stay with the community school moving forward. So we won't have yoga in there, but everything else is pretty set. We have all our instructors except for the writing class and the youth drawing and painting art class. So we're still looking for instructors for that. My thoughts on this is that it just goes out in the newsletter and we kind of see what kind of hits we get from this and then adjust it as we go. And so I just wanted to get your guys' input on this and see what you thought of the classes. This is all fluid. We can move stuff around. I value your guys' opinion. And so I hope that you can either email me or we can talk about it, of what you think. So this is a first draft. So, then moving on, we're getting ready for the spring market. We have already 58 vendors that have signed up. To give you an idea, I believe we had a little over 25 last year that came or signed up. So this is big for us. I did also just find out that the Dick Baker Invitational for the track meet is happening that same Saturday. And so, yes, it will probably bring in a lot more people for the market, but it's going to be busy. So we'll have Shred It Day. We'll have electronic take back here at the Civic Center and the prescription drug take back. And then the track meet, the big track meet at the high school, and then our spring market. So should be fun. We also are going to have live music that day out on the grass. We have a couple bands coming in, and I'm waiting to hear back if a food truck is going to be coming as well. So we might have a food truck there as well. Sorry to skip around like this, but I I just realized I did not get a chance to tell you because we didn't have our meeting last month. We were able to switch it up to 3 days a week of cleaning at the facility. It's been working out great. It's been a lot cleaner, especially in the dining room with that that third day being added on there. And yeah, I'm sure I'm missing probably a lot. We've been really busy. So that's it.
Wow, that is wonderful. I have one question about the classes. You mentioned advertising in the newsletter.
Mhm.
Is that the only way that you want to advertise, or are you going to push it over social and stuff like that at the same time?
We will also have a social media push on it as well. We were able to fill the garden class through just social media.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
yeah, and if that doesn't work and we don't fill these classes up, then we will, go through different avenues of maybe putting out flyers or
Mhm.
doing targeted mailers in the city or Clackamas County.
Mhm.
So that's always an option, but it's very expensive, I found out, to mail things to people.
It is.
So we'll try this first. The good thing is the Tai Chi class is already full for the most part. It's going to be an adjustment for people to pay for Tai Chi, but because they have been going for free for the last 2 years. Roxanne, help me out. 2 years. So, so that's going to be an adjustment, but the Drums Alive, the instructor has a group already, and then she also has her Zumba participants that come every single term, and so they all want to re-sign up. So, some of the teachers that are coming over, they already have an acquired class base that want to stay with them. So that's going to help us, and then we'll fill in the gaps. So
That's wonderful. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions or comments for Michelle? All right. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Okay. So on to business from the board. Not much today. Really. Just friendly reminder. I know we've been fortunate to get email reminders about the Oregon Government Ethics Commission public meetings law training. Just reminding everybody that we do all have to complete that. I'm so sorry. I thought I wrote it down. Haley, do you know the deadline for having that training done?
I'm sorry, I don't. I can get that for you, but I don't know what the deadline
Thank
is.
you. Thank you. I thought I knew too, and I thought I had it in here, but I don't.
I thought it was maybe the end of April.
I feel like it's coming up.
Thank you, Haley.
We four have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the last class together. The
Oh.
four of us here.
Okay, so
So just these two.
I better get on it because I have not yet.
These two and-
Thanks to Haley, we got it done.
You, Haley.
We did the
Excellent.
live-
Well,
The movie here.
oh, fantastic. Well, I have to say, as somebody that is in my busiest time of year for work, I really appreciate the option to do it from my desk on a computer, because that's about the only way I'm going to get it done. So, all right. Well, fantastic. Thank you so much to those of you on the board that have completed that training. So it's really just a reminder to me. All right. It's okay. It's all right. I'll get it done. I promise.
Take toothpicks with you. I don't know. You may not know.
Okay. And last thing is that as Michelle was saying, the spring market is more than double what it was last year. And because we're also having other events in the city, the Shredded Drug Take Back. I think sometimes the Clackamas Bookshelf does something. And then on top of that, we have the Dick Baker Invitational, which means we have a lot of out of town families and students coming to be at the Dick Baker Stadium. Michelle could really use some volunteers for the spring market. Did you bring a sign up sheet today?
It's down at the center. You
It's
can
down
either
there?
call
Okay.
or come. You guys are all there usually. We also got a really nice large donation of beautiful hand carved vintage frames, big, like as big as Haley's desk, some of them. We have probably 50 of them that I was thinking if there's enough space, we could have our own booth and try to sell those frames for the homebound meal program. And so I would need some volunteers to man that booth, but also just helping people find the bathrooms, drinking fountains, parking, stuff like that. So I do have that sign up sheet down there. I'm looking for 4 volunteers for the setup hours and then just 2 volunteers for 2-hour shifts. All of the shifts are 2 hours throughout the day. And the event goes, the volunteers needed would be from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So let me know if you want me to put your name on that list and where, or if you know of anybody who wants to come down and volunteer. They don't need to be a registered volunteer at the center because we're not it's just going to be outdoors doing public stuff.
Great. Okay, thank you. That is all I have. We already talked about the expanding the multi-generational classes at the center by establishing the community center on-site programming of classes. So as Michelle said, if you have any feedback, any comments, questions, feel free to communicate that directly to her. And I think it looks wonderful. Are you planning? I do have a question actually. Are you planning on trying to replace the yoga class with something?
Not at this time. I don't, not at this time.
Okay.
I'm kind of giving Mary, I'm waiting to see what happens with the yoga class.
Okay.
A lot of her participants do want to stay at the center. So I would like to leave that spot available for her moving forward. If it doesn't, for whatever reason, work out where our winter term, she is able to have that spot.
Okay.
So a lot of things are up in the air, but we would like to have yoga there. We've always had yoga at the center.
Yeah.
And it's something we enjoy and it's something they enjoy. So
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking we'd leave that spot open.
Mhm.
I did want to mention one other thing because the foundation's not here. I was going to have them talk about it. They are sponsoring our Mother's Day brunch on May 12th. And it's welcome for anyone in the community to come to. They've given me a nice budget to do breakfast and flowers and yeah, so that's May 12th. We have the event out and the sign up sheet for RSVPs. And again, that's one of their sponsored events that they always do for us. And we're just really thankful for the foundation.
Very thankful for the foundation.
I would like to say that I attended the foundation meeting
Great.
as a liaison. And during that conversation, a couple of topics came up that Dr. Everett and I were talking about pushing a little bit for a reader board outside the facility that actually tells people what's going on in our community. And evidently in the past, we've tried that. Michelle knows that. Because of the city rules and regulations about signage, that was declined. I don't know if Dr. Everett's interested in attending a city council meeting to request some sort of waiver for the public facility. But I would be willing to come with him if he does.
And so I did get a little bit of follow-up from the foundation, and it did sound like they were going to go ahead and pause that path
Oh,
for right now. We did talk about some other possibilities if they wanted to help, spread the word or different ways that we could do it that wouldn't require changing code with the city of Gladstone. Yeah, exactly. So, we did talk about a few different things that they could help out with financially, say with mailers or reaching people in different ways, targeted reaching. They had also talked about possibly a mural at the front of the building that would kind of like brighten up where people would, as they're driving by, be like, hey, what is that building? Because it's, we do have a beautiful mural, but it's on our side wall. So a lot of people driving down Portland Avenue can't see that. So that's just one of the ways, but I do know that they're going to go ahead and put talks of a reader board or anything like that or coming to city council on hold or not at all. Sorry.
Thank you for that update. Thank you. Okay, does anybody have anything else?
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by that. You're talking about a better sign showing that it's a community center, or what activities are going on in the community center? That's what I'm a little confused about what you were just talking about just now, what you,
Well, a reader board would give in electronic notes about what's going on at the community center, yoga.
activities and stuff. I see.
lunch,
Okay,
trips,
okay.
To kind of educate the general community that don't hang out there.
To know what's there. Gotcha.
Drive by on their
Okay.
way to basketball games.
Yes, got you. Okay.
It's been reader boards have been a topic among pretty much all of the schools as well. And so it would be great. Has anybody thought, I mean, I know an electronic reader board would be great, but what about the old school like John Wetton has, where you got to go lift up the glass and put the letters in? Go old school. That's within the ordinance. Okay. Yeah, nobody wants that one anyway.
Is it against the ordinance because of safety? So, someone says, oh, there's going to be a big banquet there today, so I'm going to show up and maybe a safety thing. Is that
No.
what's the deal?
I think if we want to talk about this, maybe we put it on the agenda for next month or something.
That's
Okay.
true. That's
Sounds good.
We're only supposed
Okay.
to talk about what's
Sorry, guys.
Gotcha. That's fine.
Okay, so all right, well then I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second the motion to adjourn the meeting.
You need to make the motion.
I, Sharon, am making the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay.
I second it.
Thank you, Sharon and Roxanne. All right. Haley, do you want to call the vote, please?
Sharon Howard,
Yes.
Mindy Prosky,
Yes.
Evelyn Johannesson,
Yes.
Josie Whitaker,
Yes.
Roxanne McMullen.
Yes.
Okay, meeting is adjourned at 3:54 p.m. The next meeting is on May 20th, 2025 at 3:30. Thank you, everybody.